On a recent trip to Dollar Tree, I came across these butterflies. I love the heart-shaped one a few months ago, and this one is gorgeous. I'm going to pair it with one of these square wood blanks from Dollar Tree as well. Remove the string, and then we're going to add a layer of Mod Podge because I want to do the iron-on technique. So once I had it completely covered, I'm going to put it to the side to dry. Once dry, we're going to bring in a beautiful scrapbook paper that I got on a book as a beautiful butterfly design, which of course it goes well with the butterfly wood piece. I'm going to place parchment paper and then I'm just going to iron it on, and it takes no time, my friends. The heat will activate the Mod Podge and then it'll stick nicely. I'm going to sand downward the edges to remove the excess paper as well as making those edges nice and smooth, and it works so good. I'm going to be distressing the edges, and while I was doing this, our power went out. So I had to wait a few minutes until it came back on. I don't know what was going on, but hey, it's okay. So we're going to distress it using my distress ink. And then we are going to, it doesn't take no time because it does not need to dry. And then we're going to start applying the heart. Now I'm going to use both E6000 as well as hot glue. We're going to remove the little sawtooth hook that it has so it's nice and flush to the surface. And then we're going to attach it. All right, I do want this to be nice and sturdy, so I am going to mark with the pencil right where the butterfly is. And that way I'm going to take my stapler and I'm just going to add some staples from the back to the front. It's not necessary, but I really wanted it to be nice and sturdy. So we're going to do it. All right, we're going to move on and make a nice floppy little messy bow. We're going to use, this is drop cloth. I ripped a few pieces as well as this lacy ribbon. And we're just going to place them on top of each other, scrunch them in the middle, and then we're going to take a green ribbon from Amazon and do the same thing and we'll place it on top. I think it really complements the color of the paper. We're going to tie it in the center, remove all the excess, and then we're going to hot glue it on the upper left-hand corner, just kind of like where I kind of like to see it. I'm going to cut off any excess so that it's not over and covering the butterfly. All right, so now we're going to add some greenery. This is, again, optional. It does not need it, but I think it does work. It just adds more texture and design, and it's so pretty. So I'm going to add this last one right here. Then to be able to hang it, you can add whatever you want. I'm going to do my little faux knot technique because it works really well, and I think it works well with this one. I'm going to make 2 knots, cut off the excess from the top and the bottom. I'm going to hot glue them to each corner at the top, and then we're going to flip it over and we're going to add more rope to the back, making it look like it's hanging from the knots, but it's not. All right, so we're going to add some masking tape as well so it does not fray. And this turned out so beautiful. I love the soft tones. I think it's great for summer and spring. I love it. Love all the textures and designs that I have. But what do you think? Let me know down in the comments. All right, friends, I know that I have been talking about this, but I am so excited because my Etsy shop is nice and stocked with all of these craft kits. They are no paint, peel and stick, and now you can choose from 2 thickness for the wood round, a thinner one and a thicker one. I have so many designs already available and I keep adding every single week. So I would love for you to check out my Etsy shop. It is linked down below. I have bundles. You can buy them individually, and you can even buy just the peel and stick, not even the whole craft kit. So if you want to check it out, again, it is linked down below, or scan this QR code right here. All right, so for this next Dollar Tree DIY craft, we're going to take this beautiful vintage style mirror. I had yet to find it at my Dollar Tree, and I found these 2 and I grabbed them. I'm going to remove the back as well as the mirror because we're not going to need that. So we're going to put that to the side here. I am going to reuse the mirror, but only to do some measurements, and I'll show you. I'm going to add Mod Podge on the backing of it, and this is because we're going to do the same thing we did earlier and iron on some fabric. This fabric is from Walmart. It has a beautiful summer tones with the blues. It's gorgeous. So here's the mirror. I'm going to use it to kind of guide me to be able to cut the excess, and that way we have a size of fabric that we can fit right inside the mirror. So we're going to cut it carefully with a nice sharp X-Acto knife, and then we're going to attach it to the backing once dry. I'm going to iron the fabric just a bit to remove the wrinkles or the folds that it had. And then once the back was nice and dry, we're going to place the fabric and iron it on. I forgot to put parchment paper, but don't forget to do that. And I'll try not to forget myself. It was okay. All right, so now that it's attached, we are going to place it right back on the frame. And we're going to use the same little screw that it came with for the top so that we can hang it from that hanging piece. And then we're going to place all the little snaps right back where they were. So of course you can add whatever you want to this piece. I'm going to keep it in the same color scheme, of course, to match the fabric. So I'm going to cut off some leaves and we're just going to start attaching it on the bottom right corner. This is just by preference. You can do whatever design you want. You can put it right there in the center or just put it to a side. It does not matter. Once I had the leaves kind of where I want it, I'm going to take this beautiful white flower. It had a pink inside of it. So I'm just going to darken it a little bit with my distress ink. Once I had it where I want it, we're going to add some of this shredded raffia, just making it like a little nest, and then hot gluing right there over everything, and then the flower right on top. Once I had the flower where I wanted it, I'm going to take some of the blue flowers, and I'm just going to start inserting them kind of like just somewhere about in between, that kind of thing, just to make sure that it kind of brings everything together, and it just brings fullness to an design. I'm also going to darken the leaves just a little bit. I felt like they was just a bit bright, so I'm just going to use the distress ink and darken it. I'm also going to darken the edges for a little bit more dimension and maybe a little bit more of an antique look. But again, you don't have to. I felt like something was missing, so I'm just going to keep adding some of these little flower picks from other picks that I had laying around. And then finally a taller one at the back from on the side. Just kind of add that elevation. Love it. These colors are gorgeous. And then that vintage golden tone from the frame is stunning. What do you think? Let me know down in the comments. For this next Dollar Tree DIY craft, we're going to take this wooden crate from Dollar Tree Plus. It was only $5 and I thought it was a good deal. It's really well made and it was a good size. We're going to remove the sticker, of course. It was pretty stuck, so I used my heating tool. And then we're going to sand it smooth. It is a little splintery and rough to the touch. Once it was nice and smooth, I am going to dust it really well. And I want to darken it a little bit. I don't need to have full coverage. I just want to darken it a bit because we're going to use it as a base. So I'm going to use the Antiquing Wax by Waverly. And then we're going to dry it with the heating tool. Then we are going to add a dry brush technique, but kind of like a heavy dry brush of white chalk paints. And we're just going to do the outside as well as the inside so that it kind of looks finished and all cohesive. It doesn't take long to dry, but I am going to help it dry with the heating tool once again. We're going to take this beautiful little sailboat. It's like ceramic or maybe clay, and I love it. I found it at Dollar Tree several years ago, and I still had it in my stash. So we're going to remove the string and the beads from it, and then we're going to add some color. I'm going to add Antiquing Wax to the bottom, and then some Agave Blue by Waverly for the sails. Once again, I'm going to help it dry with my heating tool, and then we are going to distress it, although you can keep it just like this if you want. You don't even have to paint it. You could have left it white if you want. Once it's completely distressed, we do want to dust it because the chalk paint really leaves a lot of dust behind. So we want to wipe it and dust it really well. I'm also going to soften the paint and just kind of smooth everything in. You see how beautiful all the layers of colors with the natural wood tone, the darker, and then the white. It just looks beautiful. All right, we're going to add some rope because I want to add some handles. So I'm going to use these pipe clamps, and I made a knot to make sure that it's not going to go through. I'm going to add 2 of the clamps on each side, and they're going to be vertically. And then we're going to add the rope through one side all the way to the other side. And then we're going to knot both ends and making sure that I leave enough of a give, like a give, so that you can carry it like a little box. And they're screwed in, so it's going to be nice and secure. I wouldn't put anything extremely heavy, but it does hold some weight. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Just put the clamps in, add the rope, knot it, and cut off the excess. I am going to attach the sailboat using E6000 and hot glue because I want it to be nice and secure. And once I had it, we're going to place it on the right side with a little bit of a tilt. And that's it. Just kind of hold it until it hardens. All right, we are going to add some of these felt pads at the bottom. That way it's not going to scratch any surface. And I'm going to place one in each corner and it's going to work really well. All right, for this one, we are going to use these mason jars, which are amazing. I thrifted these several years ago. I love the color and I love that it complements the sailboat. So I'm going to dust them really well, place them inside and just put some greenery. That's it. You can put flowers, of course, if you want, but I feel like the greenery really just adds simplicity and I love the way it looked. But what do you think? Let me know down in the comments. For this next Dollar Tree DIY craft, we are going to start with a wooden blank. I love these. Now, this is a larger one. I'm going to use a smaller one. I didn't have a photo of it, but I love this size because it's great for smaller crafts and it's still nice solid wood. I'm going to sand it smooth and dust it well. And this one we are going to paint red. And I'm going to use a Waverly chalk paint in the crimson. And I'm going to do it kind of like full coverage, but leaving a few spots bare for a nice distressed look. And we're going to distress it anyways. I did paint all of the sides, including the back. We're going to use the smaller piece of wood and we're going to paint this one blue by Waverly. I believe this is the ocean blue. Same thing, just do like a little dry brush technique and then let them dry and we're going to sand them and distress them. But again, if you want full coverage, just make sure you paint the whole thing. I distressed it and dusted it and now we're going to make some stripes. This is going to be a patriotic style one. So we're going to use this ribbon. It is not white, but it is close enough. I got inspired by my friend Julie. I collaborated with her recently from Julie's Wreath Boutique. And I'm going to make a little flag using this ribbon. I think is really cute. So I'm going to add one in the center and then we're going to add two on the sides. Now I forgot that I needed one end to be bare. So you're going to see me here in just a minute quickly and trying to hurry up and remove it because I wanted to attach it to the blue piece and I forgot. But nonetheless, it worked out. So we're just going to attach it with hot glue. And this is what I'm starting to remember. Oh no. So I got to remove them, cut off the excess because we are going to attach it. The blue piece is now dry, so we're going to distress that one as well, or you can skip it, and we're going to dust it really well. Then we're going to drill 3 holes. I am going to mark first where I want to kind of stay in, and then we're going to drill holes, and this is where we're going to pre-drill some screws so that we can then drill both pieces together. You can also use wood glue and hot glue if you want, but I feel like the screws makes it nice and sturdy. And then we're going to place both pieces together and join them by securing all the screws. All right, so now we're going to add some more of those felt pads. I'm going to cut these in half because it's smaller space. And we're going to want 1/2 in each corner, and that way it's going to be nice and soft on surfaces. We're going to make a simple loop bow. We're just going to make one with blue ribbon and red ribbon, stack them on top of each other by scrunching them together, tying it with jute string, and then we are going to hot glue it to the left side with a little bit of hot glue. I am going to add green leaves, although you can leave it just like this. You can also add whatever you want, florals, whatever. A little flag, it does not matter. So I'm just going to add a few here and then some of these little picks just for extra texture and design. And then right in the center of the bow, I'm going to add one of these rusted stars that I got in a Christmas pack actually. And it works really well. I love the rusted look and I think this is stunning. I love the red, white, and blue. I love that we get to celebrate our 250th birthday and it's so pretty. But what do you think? Let me know down in the comments. I have another video here for you with tons more of Dollar Tree DIY crafts inspiration. Check it out. I'll see you later and have a blessed day. Bye.